So one of the smartest content guys in real estate right now said that talking head videos are dead. And I'm about to film one from a hotel room on a tripod that I bought at the airport 3.5 hours ago. So what does that mean? Either I didn't get the memo or he's just halfway right. And here's the thing, he's halfway right. So the half that he's right about is it's costing you every lead you think you're supposed to be getting, right? So in the next 9 minutes, just stick with me for 9 minutes because I'm going to show you the three things that no one really talks about. One, the actual reason your videos aren't landing correctly, and it's not your face, your lighting, or the algorithm. Two, it's a format that you can still make your videos or every video on with no gear at all. And number three is the number that YouTube quietly changed in 2026 and made it even easier for humans to be on camera and stand out from decades ago. So stick with me here because the number three is that something that nobody really tells agents, and it flips the whole entire script. So talking head videos are dead. Think about that for a second, right? So if you're an agent trying to figure out content, and if you'd rather risk talking through someone else or having AI do it, and you don't know how to do content or you need help executing, drop a comment down below or click the first link and I will help you out gladly. 1 hour free strategy session. We can jump on a phone call. That's what I do every day. So undifferentiating talking head videos, this is the difference, and it's a huge one. So think about what happens when you open your feed right now on Instagram or YouTube or TikTok or whatever. You see an agent standing in front of a listing or sitting in a car or in front of one of those, bookshelves that everyone had bought back in 2021, put the cool lights and it's all fancy smancy. And they say something like, the market is shifting, right? That's cool, but which one? Shifting where? Compared to what? You already know the answer. It doesn't matter because your brain didn't process that video as informational. It processed it as wallpaper. So that's what died. The wallpaper part died, right? So let me put this into some flying terms because this is how my brain works. And so in aviation, there's a thing called a standard call out, right? So every pilot says that the same words at the same time in the flight. So positive rate, gear up. Same phrase every time, thousands of times in a career. It's not boring, it's a load bearing rather. It's a system, right? So here's the thing. A call out only works because it attaches an actual event. A positive rate means the plane is climbing. So most agents' content is a call out with no event attached. So if you're saying, the market is shifting while the plane is sitting on the ramp, no event, no signal, just noise with a very nice haircut, something that I don't do. And I used to like hair and then it grew on me. So anyways, so what replaced it? Not a new format, a new structure. I call it the 3-layer video, and every single video that actually pulls agents has all three of these. So layer one is the claim. So one sentence, it's falsifiable, or people disagree with it. It's not, video isn't important for agents. Nobody disagrees with that. It's the claim that's getting people to react to you. So try this instead. If you post 3 times a week and you're not getting DMs by video 12, the problem is first line, not your consistency, right? So that's that first hook line. Now, we've seen something where some agents are nodding or agreeing with the engagement, which brings us to layer 2, the receipt. So this is the one everybody skips. A receipt is a specific checkable thing that happens, a number, a screenshot, a date, a DM, a name, not I've helped a lot of agents or I've helped a lot of people. That's a claim, basically wearing a receipt costume. So a receipt sounds like agents on our team 6 months ago, 0 closings, changed one thing about her follow-up, and now she closes first deal in the first 30 days. So something like that, where it's actionable step, result, specific small checkable little things equal the receipt. Then the layer 3 that people always miss is the motion, something the viewer can do in the next 10 minutes, not a philosophy kind of thing or emotion. So open your last 3 videos, read the first sentence of each of those out loud to yourself. And if any of them start with, "Hey guys," that's your problem right there, because "Hey guys" doesn't get anybody's attention. So it's claim, receipt, motion, right? 3 layers, 9 minutes. That's the whole format. It's very, very easy. You just need to spark the curiosity in everybody's mind. Now, I told you that at the top there was a third thing, the 2026 change, right, with YouTube. So if you're still here, you got to hang with me, because this is the part that makes everything that I said more urgent instead of just interesting. So here's some really valuable data right now. Roughly 1 in 5 videos, YouTube videos, that are recommended reads as AI slop. So it's mass-produced, synthetic, hollow, nothing really goes there. So YouTube knows their CEO put a reduced AI slop into the actual 2026 algorithm, and they are building a way to detect this stuff. But here's the number that you really should make, and should make you sit up in your chair. About half of the US adults say they use social platforms less or completely quit them because their current feed just keeps feeding them AI slop that people are making. Everybody's the same. So 85% of those people say they would come back if it was more human engagement. So read that again if your head is spinning, because the single scariest asset on the internet right now is a real person saying specific true things in an imperfect room, right? So being more authentic. And it doesn't get any easier than that, you guys. Like, being more authentic is easier than being polished, and declaring that you suck or you're good or whatever brings the proof. And because proof of human is now scarce, a scarcity of a human is leverage, right? So look at this. Like, I'm in a hotel room right now. The lamps are weird. Everything's weird. The luggage rack is like 4 feet away or whatever, and I could have waited until I was home in my studio, but then this video doesn't exist. So the whole point of this whole thing is, I really want you to understand that you don't need to be polished. It's all about the information you're delivering. And the agents winning right now are not the ones with the best gear. They're the ones with the shortest distance between having a thought and pressing record, right? So taking actionable steps to do it. And let me be honest with you about the same thing that I tell many, many other agents that I help coach and then I'm partnered with here at EXP. Most agents don't have a content problem. They have a specificity problem, right? You're vague on purpose because vague is safe. And if you say the market is shifting, nobody can really tell you you're wrong. But if you get opinionated and you say, in my market, 3-bedroom homes under $500,000 are sitting 11 days longer than they were in March, now you got someone's attention. So the whole idea of this is to not just read off a script, right? You got to be vulnerable, you got to be wrong, and own it in public. And that's the actual fear, not being on camera. It's just the fear of being wrong. And I'll tell you what, the day you get comfortable being specific in public is the day your content starts producing the conversations instead of more just compliments, right? So why am I telling you this? What is all this AI slop thing about? Now, where does AI fit into all this? Because that's the question I get more than any other thing. Agents think that AI is for generating the content, and that's actually the wrong job for AI. AI is for everything around the content. So use it to pull the 10 questions your last 20 clients actually asked. Use it to test whether your first line is a claim or a greeting, right? Use it to turn one 9-minute video into weeks of shorts. Use that video, use AI to turn the video into emails. But the claim, the receipt, the 30 seconds where you say something you defend in a room to the death, that's what's going to get you the views, and that's what's going to get you the engagement, and the engagement leads to conversations, and the conversations leads to deals, and the deals leads to cash in your hand. Do you get it? So use AI to emphasize what you're doing. So let's bring it all home. So loop one, why your videos aren't landing. It's not the algorithm. You're producing wallpaper that no one really cares to look at. So you gotta be in motion, be doing things differently, right? And then we're gonna have the layer three, which takes that motion and closes the loop. And then the 2026 change where the AI slop is kind of flooding the internet, get rid of it, get raw, get real, and stop posting things that seem so perfect and watch how your engagement changes. But I also challenge you to go on and talk about a controversial relocation topic in your area. For example, I just moved to Huntsville, Alabama, and I talk about on my Instagram moving from California, which is a huge market, to Huntsville, Alabama, two drastically different things. And the engagement is insane, and people fight themselves in the comments, and I use the comments as more content. So give that a try. The next video, I'm going to share something very specific on how to execute this content using a specific framework that works every single time to help you get more engagement and go viral to the right people, not to the masses. So pay attention to that one. I'll see you in the next video.